Hi everybody, TheRealConcertKing here, doing another interview with Alexz Johnson. She's an amazing singer-songwriter. I've been a fan for about 15 years, so it's pretty amazing. Thank you for doing this.
Of course.
First of all, you just released your album a couple months ago. Do you want to kind of talk about the writing process?
Wow. This
I
album,
think it
yeah.
take a long time to...
No. It just took, it took longer than expected. It was about 2 years in the making. And I love this album. I'm proud of this album. I love playing the songs live, and this year my focus is to get it out there as much as I can and promote it as much as I can as an indie artist. And so yeah, I'm just really proud of it.
Awesome. And has your writing process changed over the years since you've, grown up and?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I'm just much more guitar driven, I guess. I've always kind of been, but more lately than ever. I found myself writing all the time, even new material now. And just being on the road and playing all the time, it's like your downtime, you pick up a guitar and you write. But I think just as I grow in my experiences, and my writing's always going to evolve and change. And I also think I always want to get better. I never feel like my work is good enough, Like every album I do and everything I do in my life, it's like, okay, that was that. It was that time in my life.
Yeah.
Time to go to the next.
Everything's kind of had slightly different. It's always been you, but it's always been kind of an evolving, changing process.
Exactly. Yes.
And so you've been all over the music industry. You've been on TV. You've been on major labels. You've been on indie labels. You've been independent.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What have you learned throughout, all of the different, states of being in the record industry?
I guess I've learned to just try to have fun, I guess follow, for me, looking back, it's like I don't really have any regrets, because I feel like everything I've done has been based on my heart and what my heart wanted at the time. And hindsight's 20/20 always, but I've loved touring. I've loved touring as an indie artist. I've loved crowdfunding and getting to know my fan base, but yeah, you definitely learn. You learn what works, you learn what doesn't. It's constantly evolving, and the interesting thing about music is the industry's changing so quickly all the time too. So it's just a good time to be an indie artist. There's so many creative things that you can do, that I can do to keep going in music.
That kind of leads into my next question. What do you like about the current state of the music industry, about how it's changed? And
there's a lot I don't like about the current state.
I was also going to ask that.
Of the music industry, but I have a lot of friends in the music industry that are doing really cool things, and I just think a lot can be heard. There's definitely there's just fan bases there's room for everybody, I feel like, and that's really cool. And the fact that you can survive not being on top 40 radio is awesome.
Well, the crowdfunding innovation has really kind of helped.
Yes, and social media, obviously, even just tweeting out that I'm doing an acoustic set, or tweeting out, come grab some posters and help me put them out around the city, and people, they respond.
Yeah.
That feels awesome. And it's kind of like you can have your street team just based on a tweet. It's amazing.
So you've kind of created your own, kind of a diverse catalog of music. You have your basement recordings, you have all your albums and EPs. How do you create your set list for shows and for tours?
I try to focus on what I'm trying to promote now, like what I have at the merch table, and what and I'll put in things from here and there, a couple things from the Hard EP, a couple things from Skipping Stone. I'll try to put in some stuff from Voodoo if I can. But when you have that much material and you only have 45 to 60 minute set, your focus is going to be your most recent stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's always the way. I think a lot of artists feel like, oh, you want to hear that song? I'm so sick of that song. But I think it's important to respect what the fans want to listen to as well.
I think it's, obviously some of your songs are more popular than others with people. But you don't have any ubiquitous major hits that you have any obligation to play for people. So that kind of helps your process. You don't have to
under the radar.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Do you have a dream tour? Any artists that you'd love to tour with that you haven't already?
Oh my gosh, I'd love to open for David Gray. I'd love to tour with. Oh my gosh, the list is pretty long. I think Marcus Foster's really talented. Paolo Nutani, I'd love to tour with. Yeah, so many. I can't even think. I have the list that's like, but right now I have lyrics and chords going through my head.
I know it was a long time ago, but what was it like being on So Weird and working with, working on Disney Channel? And
It's awesome. I actually just touched base with Mackenzie just the other day because she's in LA and I'm in LA, so I'm going to touch base with her while I'm here and see her. But it was a great experience. So Weird was so much fun. I loved that. It feels like it was so long ago at this point. I'm just glad that I have a strong family and I didn't become a Disney tragedy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how I feel about it.
Yeah, I kind of brought this up to you once before, but you were kind of like right before they started turning everybody into pop stars, like whether or not they could sing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you obviously sang and you were on the soundtrack and everything.
Yeah.
But are you kind of thankful that you were kind of in before that, the machine kind of started?
I guess so. I mean, it's hard to know, because
Yeah.
who knows where life would have taken me. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is where I am.
Yeah.
This is where I'm meant to be. I'm kicking and breathing, so.
What's your worst crowd experience been? I know you have the pet peeve that I do of people talking over you. One of your last shows, we had the issue, but
That was once opening for Ron Pope in Europe, and it was really quiet, and it was a really quiet set, and yeah, that was really annoying because it was just so loud.
Yeah.
But what else has been about it? I don't know. I went to do a showcase once in New York City, and everything was ready to go, and my guitar was plugged into the amp, and I left stage, I came back, and I went to play, and it was unplugged out of the amp for some reason. Someone unplugged it from a different band that we were on tour with. So I started the showcase and I started singing, and no sound came out, but I was like looking at the sound guy like, what's going on? Like, it's like your fault or something.
No.
Like I didn't say that, but I was thinking, what's going on? Like, come on, fix this thing. And then I turned around, he's like, your guitar's unplugged. I was like, I plugged. Anyway, that was either a prank, I don't know. But
what kind of venues do you prefer playing in? Clubs,
big.
bars,
I like big
theaters.
venues.
Yeah.
I like theaters and where my voice can go and it can bounce off walls, and it's definitely my favorite.
What's the best concert you've attended?
Best concert I've attended?
Just as a fan.
It's hard to say. Probably Annie Lennox when I saw her play live, and Sting.
If you weren't a musician or entertainer, what do you think you'd do?
I think I'd work in the medical field, or I'd be a lawyer.
All right. And just got a couple more.
Okay.
Do you think, your experience of being on TV shows, do you think that had any bearing, on people's perception of you, either negatively, positively, or do you think it just didn't matter?
Absolutely, but I can't.
I mean, it's just something you can't control.
It's something you can't control.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It's the price you pay.
I think it
I was
kinda
aware of it
balances
when I took on the show. I knew that there was going to be that, but you got to balance everything in life, and at the time,
But there's also people that found you.
there's people that found me through.
so
Yeah, absolutely. But
Like it
it's
counts.
definitely like it's kind of hard to explain. It kind of stays with you. But you know what? Who cares? Like.
Yeah.
Just come check out the music.
Yeah.
If you dig it, awesome. And if you don't dig it, then you don't dig it.
So-
to each their own,
So where can people find your new album to go buy?
You can find it. Actually, my online store is launching tomorrow, so you can buy a physical copy there,
Awesome.
and also you can get it on Amazon. You can get it on iTunes. But yeah, the physical copies are available at my store.
Awesome. So thank you very much to Alexz Johnson.
You're welcome.
You can find her on Twitter and Instagram at Alexz Johnson, right?
Yeah, Alexz Johnson.
Go to her website, check out her music, buy it, support her. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
See you later.